Come on, this is our big goodbye.
Oh sorry, did you want to watch this video? Too bad, my friend. The nice folks at YouTube took down an elaborate shitpost because it had one too many brown people wearing ski masks in it. I put in a complaint, which was obviously denied. The nice thing about the YouTube guideline system is that they won't even tell you what exactly that problem with your video is. So in an effort to keep at least some of my work viewable, I made as the DOJ does and redacted everything that could have been an issue. So now you get to watch the amended Epstein special episode. Don't worry YouTube, I have learned my lesson. I'm done whining, have fun with the rest of the video.
Danny, fucking say something.
Salam alaikum gamers, and Ramadan Mubarak. Crying a Long Distance 6 is a game that takes place on the island of Yara, a place that is so bad we would rather go to Miami.
Brother,
I was just about to leave for sunny Swamp, Florida, but we were chosen by a black man to go to the plantations.
Well. How the turntables...
Which means now we have to leave, but carefully, without being spotted by the FND, the military of this country. This isn't very hard, they're basically blind, and probably also deaf. We're fighting an armed variant of Helen Keller, so getting on the boat was rather easy. What you will notice, however, is that this is the longest Far Cry game ever made, so our journey doesn't end here. I wish. No, instead, Frontex finds out that one of the illegal immigrants on this vessel is Syrian, which prompts an immediate pushback of our ship by none other than El Presidente himself.
Before he was El Presidente, mi papa loved to fish.
don't care.
Oh look how nice, his son is on the ship too. Wait a damn minute. It may be that we are Cook brothers. I survived that incident with minor injuries. Our best friend, that we only know for a couple of minutes, doesn't, which is something I'm supposed to care about deeply. Let me tell you something, I don't. Well, would you look at that? I'm on Terrorist Island Central. What a great thing that I landed here instead of drowning. Also, our character makes a great point about his new phone.
How the fuck is this still working?
Before she kicked the proverbial bucket, my friend told me to find one Clara Garcia, the leader of the titular resistance fighting El Presidente, whose real name is Anton Castillo. He puts people in the camps, sprays them with gas, and makes scientists do experiments on them. He's black though, so we can't call him a Nazi or a fascist, which is why everyone refers to him as a come mierda. Don't ask me what it means, I do not speak Brazilian. Hello everybody. Let me just point this gun at you for dramatic effect. I want to leave, but the government won't let me, so I need to become ungovernable, which may as well mean ungoverned. Clara wants me to find a wacky character. This is Juan. I do not like him. He sucks. And he also gives me a crocodile as a pet, which I immediately unequip because this game is already easy enough. I may as well type SV_cheats and no clip to Miami. Circling back, Juan wants us to steal something for him, for the express purpose of...
I'm gonna teach you to make shit for weapons. Because making shit for weapons is cool.
I can't take this game seriously for the life of me. Remember how this is a Far Cry game? A series about malaria and child marriage? No, we got crocodiles wearing sports jerseys now. Opening the supply drop, we get some gunpowder, and I use it to craft a suppressor, which looks quite bad. Next, Juan wants us to steal more stuff for him, as though we were doing a Romanian speedrun any percent. Welcome to medium-sized outpost number 1. Don't worry, you're going to see a lot more of these. So what did Juan want us to get exactly? Of course, depleted uranium. He's using it to make something called a Supremo, basically a backpack with a special ability. I will have used the base variant maybe 10 times over the course of a 24-hour main campaign, and will have never even touched another one. People died for this one, you slimy coward. Now armed with our new toys, Clara sends us to go and burn down a tobacco plantation, and destroy its supply of PG-240, a fertilizer for said tobacco, which just so happens to give you super cancer, so don't worry about breathing it in. And I can't lie, this bit goes kinda hard.
Una mattina mi sono alzato, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi sono alzato e ho trovato l'invasor. Oh partigiano, portami via, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao.
Now that we're done driving down the stock price of Newport menthols, shattering any hope for reconciliation with President Castillo, we're sent to capture a naval refueling station in order to allow a fleet of Somali fishermen to act as our navy. Good job everyone, we have made the Horn of Africa that much unsafer. Taking some time to roleplay a Chinese tank driver in 1989, we finally get to clear the blockade of this island by blowing up the 2 ships, stopping us from leaving. I would make a USS Liberty joke here, but we did that last video, so instead I'm just gonna...
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
Ah, finally, I can get out of this place.
You've got mail.
I beg your pardon? United States if you don't intend to file a motion or appeal this decision, fail to depart to the United States within 33 days. My green card was denied. Screw it, might as well overthrow the government. I end up joining Libertad, and Clara sends me to go and get Monteros on our side. The Monteros are landowners who have a lot of connections which they use to fight Castillo. That's about it. The patriarch doesn't want to talk to me because I didn't spring from his ballsack. Instead, Philly here asked me to meet him at his shop. After a brief conversation, which almost ends up with me meeting Allah, he directs me to go and find Espada, the daughter of Big Daddy Montero. She's currently partaking in a little bit of killing, largely using knives, one of which she has gently inserted into this man's leg. She's immediately suspicious of me and gives me a task to prove myself, and why is this starting to sound familiar? Anyway, fighting my way out of the building with Clara too, I end up back at their camp, where their patriarch is immediately suspicious of me and gives me a task to prove myself. The task is terrorism. This quest design gets me UB hard. The person in charge of this area is Jose Castillo, El Presidente's nephew. While I'm all for nepotism, this is an especially egregious example, as he is debilitatingly stupid and enjoys kissing his own behind. On that note, we have to investigate his private island and figure out where Jose is. Espada says we can get to him through his lieutenants, so I find out where he is and also free all of the children in his basement. Montero gives me a call, telling me that one of his prison buddies he used to share the soap with is still locked up, and due to their intimate relationship, he would hate for him to stay in jail, so he has me grab a truck and go into the prison to try and break him out. This was supposed to be a stealth mission, a fact I vehemently ignored. I get the very much not flipped by the other side, definitely not a double agent who has some very suspicious dialogue. Do you think that was hint enough, buddy, out of lockup? The lead writer of this game is Iranian. You can really tell because every time he gets close to doing something interesting, it's shut down by a higher power. Back to it. They have a nice reunion and we go back to camp, where Philly needs me to go help Espada get to Jose's lieutenant, who just so happens to be her own brother, Alejo. He doesn't want to work with us to figure out where Jose is, as he is a true Yaran patriot, so we let him go. Then I steal an ammo truck for Philly. He watched one too many ISIS training videos and decided to make napalm using the packing nuts in said ammo truck. I feel like we could have sourced those differently. In the end, we really didn't need to get to Jose's lieutenants. He's going to be hosting a public execution in front of a church. Espada's brother is going to be suspended as well. I'm supposed to get into a bell tower and use an SVD to blow his head off. Yeah, it's a setup, you guessed it correctly, good job. Montero dies even though he really didn't have to, and Espada slits Mr. Slave's throat after we rescue her shut incel brother and get him home.
What was that?
Mujanovic. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, I don't do house calls. Alright, I'll be there. I've been called to the capital to aid in an assassination attempt on the president. The capital is under constant lockdown, however, which ends up with me having to curb stomp a bunch of SF guys, planting explosives to cut off support to the president, and only then can I go and kill his security detail and confront him. No, it's just the president's son. He's too much of a bitch to kill me, and I'm not the IDF, so killing emaciated children is not on my to-do list. He lets me out of the building, and I go steal his dad's car. While we were out interrupting the flow of the story, Philly locked himself in a cave and kept watching more instructional videos, to the point he built a napalm factory. That doesn't work, because it's missing two very important components. First one being a crocodile helmet. Look, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. Then I remember who I am, and let out my inner Rocky, capturing an oil platform, where I find the second part of the fetch quest. Going back to Philly, he turns on the machine and makes me fight waves of enemies, who I have no clue as to how they found us, until we have enough napalm. What are we gonna use this napalm for? This province in particular is known for its production of tobacco, which fuels the Newport industrial complex. To bait out Jose Castillo, we're gonna bomb his farms with said napalm. Aside from the fact that this is a bad plan, we are still missing a plane, which I steal. Am I just playing Thief Simulator 3 Return of the Gypsy? What is this shit? Before I go and kill Jose, I get myself a VHS-2, a gun I'm going to use for the next 12 hours of gameplay, as a tribute to the Balkan's strongest soap merchant, Ante Pavelic. I hop in the plane and douse the west of Yara with napalm, displaying my War Thunder skills on the process. I land at the airport and confront Jose Castillo. He shows up in a helicopter, but little does he know, I'm on my Mujahideen grind set.
You took my land. You took my papa. And now it's time to give.
Nos vemos, Napoleon el Pequeño.
You know, you could have just shot him, right? The Monteros have been recruited, which leaves two more factions. One of which is a bunch of geriatric communists that overthrew the last government. Time to shift my operation eastwards.
Esta vida está lozana, en la vida cotidiana, eres brava así se mantiene vida, la conciencia firme y clara, comandante Che Guevara, del ejemplo de su vida. Comandante, comandante, comandante Che Guevara, aquí seguimos queriendo la aurora negra, el obediencia
Now that I'm done scaling that stupid mountain, I get to talk to Black Che Guevara, who tells me that the communists purchased medical supplies that were intercepted, so now I have to go and get them. However, another group has laid their eyes on them, and their second in command... Oh my. Wait, stop, hold on, it's still Ramadan. We have to wait another couple of days until we can simp for virtual tomboys. Where was I? We had a bit of a fight before I bring back the medical supplies to the communists. The other organization that was looking for the medical supplies was a group of armed students called La Moral, who introduced the tomboy to the communists, and they aren't too fond of each other. So to get them on the same side, I take pictures of the questionable things they are doing in the Zhejiang organ harvesting lab. However, it appears that they both have too much stock in Tencent and Nvidia to worry about such minor inconveniences as genocide. I guess we're just gonna have to recruit them the normal way. I head to La Moral's base and meet Yelena. She's the leader of La Moral and currently in a spot of bother. Some of their guys have been captured by the FND, and I get a helicopter, jump onto the ship, and free them. Wait, is that a Canadian flag? Oh, Canada! Yelena gives us an inspiring speech, but what would be even more inspiring would be getting paid for working for these people. Then I get to do something actually fun, and liberate a tank from a museum. His name is Carlito, and he's my favorite character, because he shuts up and does what he's supposed to. The two big baddies in this area are the Admiral of the Navy, who looks like she could be on a German comedy TV program.
Weil sie nicht erreichbar sind. Man kann nur 100% streichen. Bei 1000 müsste man den Leuten was geben, wenn sie Medikamente kaufen.
And some Canadian dude that makes a lot of money from Newports, including making the fertilizer that is used in its production. La Moral has me ambush a convoy which is laden with gold. Why exactly you'd be driving a strategically important asset through territory that is clearly full of insurgent activity and then not even send backup when it is inevitably ambushed is anyone's guess. The FND is hot on our trail, so they have begun trying to torture the location of La Moral's base out of some poor sod, which means now I have to kill an oral healthcare professional who happens to have a skull made from AR-500 steel. I clean up the rest of the hotel and it looks like, after all that work, it's time to go and kill the Admiral. She's about to suffer a high velocity avulsion to the head. Oh, this'll look great in about 20 years when we are standing in front of the ICTY. This attack does not go unanswered, however. After La Moral begins moving their base to another location, they are immediately attacked. El Tigre dies, but since he was a communist, I have no feelings in the matter. He escaped the gas attack and assessed the damage. Oh well, that's not too bad, they only killed a couple of... McKay is the one responsible for the gas. I will send him back to Canada in a bucket, as sure as my name is Munzer Mojanovic. Like the Vancouver sewer rat he is, he went into hiding, so I start dismantling his operations to figure out anything I can. Economic insurgency is a topic I am very familiar with. Anyway, this has him spooked enough to try and get off Yara. What he doesn't realize is that he is already on this pain train, and the conductor is here to punch his ticket.
Oh, right, Juan. Backpack's here.
Danny, the situation has changed.
I don't want to hear it right now, Juan.
See, he's a skin tag on a weasel's asshole.
Well.
But we just made a deal. McKay is offering us a fuck ton of cash if we let him go. We're talking real dinero, Danny.
No way Clara's good with this.
I'll deal with Clara. You and I both know the real war starts the first minute Castillo dies. And you can't win that fight without cash. Trust me.
We've been doing pretty good with bullets.
Leave him alone and head back to the port. I'm on my way there now. It's time to celebrate. We won!
And with that, the communists and La Moral will fight for us. Alright, who's next? Maximas Matanzas are two different people, and as we all know from Team Rocket, I don't remember the line, my mother would beat me for turning on the TV. Point being, these two, who I will be referring to as Sped and Retard respectively, are both brain bleed inducingly annoying. There's also this guy, his name is Bicho.
I'm from Mexico!
And he's from Mexico. You're alright, Bicho. They're currently holed up in a swamp, and it appears that they were captured by the FND. I free them, which is rewarded by a big nothing burger. I'm given a lecture by Sped on why they are hot and I am not, to which my character very appropriately responds to,
I don't care.
Retard is in debt to a guy called Bembe because he had to go and free Sped from a concentration camp. I don't have a joke for this, That is the plot reason why I have to go and get some keys of a dead Russian mafioso and unlock a safe in a completely different location, all while being told that this would clear retard's debt. But then Bembe circles back and says that it wouldn't and that I have to do one more job for him. It's human trafficking. Turns out Bembe is Albanian. I could have just killed him, saved me a headache, but it wouldn't be a Ubisoft title without filler missions that exist only to pad out runtime. With retard's debt paid, the propaganda war can begin. I do a little bit of trolling on the big bad in this area, Castillo's wife, who's in charge of the media, by messing up the big reveal of a cultural center. I help Sped free people from a camp and also gather evidence on Castillo. One of Bicho's doctor buddies is in distress, so I make sure he doesn't die. Then Bicho needs me to turn on a bunch of radio signals, a reference to a better game. It's been a while since someone had a terrible idea. Oh, you want me to clear out the villa of Castillo's wife and then use it as a stage to broadcast a live show to the entirety of Yara while the FND tries to kill you?
Falla, porque en la calle se dice que viene batalla. No tenemos miedo, mi gente no falla. Tú sabes que seguimos dando la talla. Hey, canalla, somos los yaranos, tú sabes que no se desmaya. Pasa la raya, y pero es un pueblo que arde metiendo la galla. Yo metralla.
Your life insurance provider probably hates you. Not that you'd have the foresight to have life insurance. Sped and retard get into a fight, because she wants to stay, and he wants to leave.
I don't care.
Bicho, the abused child in this situation, has a bit of a crybaby moment after this. I know the world is scary right now, my friend, but it's gonna get way worse. Sped has me grab press passes and sneak into the Newport Science Fair to confront Castillo's wife.
Come, press this button. It is so much fun.
Smells like perfume.
Excellent, the volunteer. The fertilizer is working on the plants at
which works out pretty well. Until Sped does what Speds do and spazzes out at the weakest rage bait imaginable, Mac dumping Castillo's wife on live television. Retard is still trying to leave the country. This is a post 9/11 world though, so if you're a wanted criminal going via the damn airport, you're gonna get caught, which he does. Guess who has to go and free him? After looking for him, I find Bembe, who tells me that the guy who invented Newport cigarettes has taken him captive, and is going to, I don't know, tickle his toes with a feather or something. I find Mr. Newport, who jabs me in the neck with dream juice. I guess in months of fighting the FND, we have not cleared a single room correctly. Mr. Newport shoves a phone and some of the Newport serum into me, which will continuously make me suffer a lower credit score. Do you think Libertad has health insurance, and does it cover cancer treatments? Sped gets shot in the neck. I cut a phone out of my abdomen, and Bicho is trying to murder Bembe. I stop him because I want to shoot Bembe myself. Tracking down Mr. Newport isn't that hard. I chase after some dude who knows where he is, and fight my way into his lab.
What is my hand? Paulo, el doctor is dead.
Finally, Mr. Newport is dead. I have saved the African American community from a myriad of health complications. And with that, Maximas Matanzas will fight for us. Clara gives me a call, and when I meet her, a gun. The worst she can say is no, am I right, fellas?
Oh, hell no, kill yourself, nigga.
She's been given an offer by Castillo to negotiate, and falls for the world's most obvious trap, like a Fate fan at a cosplay convention. Even though we have a literal army at our backs, guess who has to go and get her? I get onto the island and kill everyone. Then I finally enter Castillo's mansion and get ready to kill him. Am I interrupting tea time?
Sit.
Castillo makes me a job offer, which sounds quite convincing, considering I'm currently being paid 7 shekels I stole from Juan's grandmother and a lukewarm jar of compote. Then, Juan, probably mad I keep stealing from his grandmother, denies the position on my behalf, the only consequence of which being Clara getting shot in the head. I'm definitely not getting that severance package. Castillo is on the run, but I'm still unemployed. Let's go get paid.
Czujesz I svojoj dragoj još jednom a ti s njim.
Castillo, I have a great resume and my CV is spotless.
Nesi dragi lik, u tvome oku ne pobjeda blista, ko ova pjesma što tebi pjevam ja, uz njene zvuke što slušaš ih sada, sa sobom poži u svoj soledad. A kada sutra iz borbe se vratiš i kada osjetiš pobjede plan, njen blagi osmijeh će svuda da te prati, taj osmijeh radosti tvoje soledad.
You guys do dental coverage here.
You have killed thousands.
Kill yourself! I said yourself. This guy's aim is awful.
Yara is yours, Danny.
That is not happening. You piss me off.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to Bihać.